Torquay are in League One action at Tranmere tomorrow after a disappointing 2-1 defeat at home to bottom of the table Stockport. The Playmore highlights are described by Martin Dean.
Russell inside for Kevin Hill. Might try the shot from there. Oh, it was worth the effort too. Well, he must have been almost 35 yards out then, Kevin Hill. But with the wind behind him, in these greasy conditions, certainly worth having a go from there. Now Cannaville. Back in Fenwa, with Rains in close attention. Back for Cannaville. Alex Russell to get the cross in towards Beddoe. Oh, off the post by Tony Beddoe. Oh, Tony Beddoe getting in well. Good header in. Just a fraction short of giving Torquay the lead then. Cannaville with the cross. Cutler coming for it, taking it well. Well, Kevin Hill has got in behind Cutler. Can Kevin Hill turn that one away? He has done. But what a bit of opportunism from Kevin Hill. He just hid behind Neil Cutler then. And as soon as Cutler put the ball down, Hill was onto it like a flash, taking it round the goalkeeper. And that's a cheeky opening goal for Torquay United. Danny Griffin then with the free kick. Headed away by Robinson. Lambert looking to turn it back in. Robinson was underneath it. And this is Lambert. And that's 1-1. Well, it hasn't taken them long to get back on level terms. Just 1 minute and 15 seconds into this second half. Ricky Lambert, the easiest of headers. Stockport County right back in it. Damien Allen with the corner. And Torquay not getting it away, and it took a decent save in the end from Götz Kalkson to deny John Daly. Torquay almost in trouble again from the set piece. Good save in the end from Götz Kalkson. Now trouble at the other end. This is Tony Beddoe. Well, it was a good save from Cutler. Came out well, narrowed the angle well. And Tony Beddoe will feel that he should have scored then. This is Griffin. With a space opening up in front of him. Away by Willis. Now Griffin once more. Lifted in towards Daly. Now that looked like handball from Paul Robinson, and that could well be a penalty. Paul Robinson, what was he doing there? Well, he's appealing to the linesman, but I think that was handball from Robinson. The referee's assistant spotted it on the far side, and Stockport have a penalty. How important will this spot kick be, I wonder? Lambert then against Götz Kalkson, and he places it into the roof of the net, and Stockport go absolutely wild. Torquay United continued their miserable start to the new year with a 4-1 defeat at Tranmere. But it was at least a slightly more encouraging performance from Leroy Rasenya's side. Bio Akinfenwa cancelled out Eugene Dardy's opening goal before half-time, but it all went horribly wrong after the break. Jason McAteer restored Tranmere's lead, and then the Torquay defence seemed to suffer a bad case of bank holiday absenteeism to present Gary Jones with a simple third goal. Former Torquay winger Paul Hall completed the scoring in the final minute to leave Torquay hovering just above the relegation zone.
As they continue their relegation battle, they'll be boosted by another hard-earned away point. Dean Gripton watched their 1-1 draw at Huddersfield.
Everyone back for Torquay apart from Akinfenwa as the ball's delivered. Oh, it's gone over Götz Kalkson and they've missed it! They've all missed it, and F.A. Soja at the back post has capitalised on the error by Götz Kalkson. F.A. Soja beating both Lopez and Taylor at the back post, and the Nigerian international scores his first league goal of the season. Torquay United have it all to do now. Holdsworth and McAliskey. McAliskey drifting over and turn the ball into Soja! Oh, and Akpo Soja couldn't follow his brother onto the score sheet. It was a terrific ball into the penalty area, and Akpo Soja's run was totally unseen by the Torquay defence. Cars plays the ball into the near post. Makaliski with a header is in the bar. Makaliski rose above everyone, and yet again a Huddersfield player is there to win the header from the corner. Huddersfield with a time to break here. Schofield's got ahead of Phillips, and well, he's up against Woods now. In fact, he's up against Robinson. So Schofield with a great shot. Now here's a chance for Akinfenwa to go forward. McGlinchey with the cross. Oh, under mistake by Soja. The chance for Kevin Hill, and Kevin Hill, the first shot of the game for Torquay United, has ended up in the back of the net. Kevin Hill, totally against the run of play, has scored. The ball's going to come in long from Clark. Yes, he's looking for Brown. Brown flicks it on, it's dangerous, gets Goldson's feet to it, and the ball hits the crossbar.
It's funny, we went to Tranmere and we played better with Tranmere and got beat 4-1. And went to Huddersfield, and what I asked the lads to do is to give me an honest performance, and they did that. They stuck in there. I think people said it was our first shot on target, and I think it was, but that it shows you what spirit and determination can get you, and we showed that at Huddersfield, which I was delighted with.
You had a lot of injury problems going into the game. Have they cleared up?
No, they haven't cleared up. Even when they're back training, it's a case of then getting people back up to match fitness. So, we've got eight players who are struggling with injury or illness at the moment. Things are slowly getting back to where I want it to be, but it'll be a little bit time before they're 100% fit.
Now, Hartlepool on Saturday at Plainmoor, and you certainly owe them one after a disappointing performance up at the Victoria
They
ground.
gave us a right good thumping up there, and it still sits in the stomach, to be honest. And good side though. I've got to give them credit. They've done fantastically well since they came up. They've got some good players, Humphreys and Boyd up front, and Effian Williams, which everybody knows about. So they're going to give us a big test, but it's one that we're relishing, and especially after getting something out of the Huddersfield game.
Torquay United couldn't hang on to the lead against League One promotion hopefuls Hartlepool. They went down 2-1, and Martin Dean describes the Plainmoor action.
Through the middle for Joe Kufor. Chance here perhaps for Kufor to get a shot in. Joe Kufor. Porter swinging it in. Nelson getting up on the far post. There was a handball in there somewhere, and I think he's given a penalty against Craig Taylor, I think. Referee Lee Probert arguing the toss with Taylor, but it seemed to me that as Michael Nelson climbed for that one, a hand went up and played the ball, and the referee was perfectly placed. Penalty. So Mark Tinkler against Ollie Gottskálksson, and Tinkler, in off the post, is it? No, it's gone right across. Well, it was so casual, it looked so easy, and he's missed it. Boyd over the top. Now the flag has stayed down. This is Joel Porter. He's got round Gottskálksson, and that's the equaliser. This is Ross. Plenty of men forward for him to pick out in the middle. Sweeney going in with a header. Well, that's 2 in 2 minutes.
We've got to stand up and be counted. This is a difficult division. We're going to come up against good sides, and when things don't go our way, we've got to stand up and be counted. And at the moment, at times, when things go against us, we just go into our shell a little bit, and we've got to come out of that.
But first, let's turn the spotlight on Torquay United. Our special guests are Plainmoor's very own deadly duo, Bayo Akinfenwa and Leon Constantine.
Good turn from Akinfenwa. He's got away from Fontaine. This is Bayo Akinfenwa. Still going, and he's done it. Long ball towards Constantine. Oh, he's got on the end of it, and he's tucked it away. A bit of pace here, and that's 3.
Akinfenwa has gone past the offside trap. Real chance for Torquay. He scored. It's Adebayo Akinfenwa.
It's number 19, Constantine.
It's Adebayo Akinfenwa.
Oh, it's not a bad effort. It's not a bad goal by the number 25 there. Oh, dear me. Akinfenwa has equalised. No ifs and buts about it.
I bet you two are absolutely lethal on the dance floor with all that movement. Very, very impressive.
Try to be, you know, yeah, it's natural.
You're just born with it. You're just born with it, yeah. Do you work on goal celebrations?
As I say, it's kind of natural, really. But what it is like, I mean, you know, I know his celebration and he knows my celebration. So if either one of us scored, then we just try and like imitate the other one, you know. So
it's great to see, though. I mean, well, it's great to see Torquay scoring, but I mean, it's just good to see. It's all a part of sort of the entertainment business, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, of course. I mean, and you enjoy, as a player, you enjoy scoring goals. I mean, I know I do, and I'm sure he does as well. So you've got to celebrate, you know. Just putting one hand up in the air is
doesn't really do it, especially if we score a good goal as well. When the fans come to see an entertainment time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, do you know what I'm saying? After we score, do a little something for the fans, you know what I'm saying?
Because I know, Bayer, you actually got booked earlier in the season, didn't you, against Yeovil in a cup game. You actually went into the crowd and the ref booked you for that one.
Yeah, I mean, it was my second yellow card. I got sent off and then I missed the Peterborough game, which at the time, it was last minute's a goal. I'm talking about, I was excited, you know what I'm saying, scoring the winner. I thought if he just took me aside and, you know, just told me, don't do it again, but to send me off, I wasn't really feeling it, you know what I'm saying? Plus, I had to pay a little fine as well, so...
I bet he certainly wasn't feeling it.
I wasn't really feeling that.
But his paperwork is strong, so it
He's the one who's worth 75 grand, though, ain't it?
Hey, look, we'll talk more about the situation at Plainmoor after a quick look back at the highlights from Saturday's home defeat by Hartlepool.
With the header. Now Hill for Constantine. Through the middle for Joe Kufor. Chance here perhaps for Kufor to get a shot in! Joe Kufor! Well, he hasn't scored since the middle of October. And that will do his confidence the power of good. Boyd over the top, now the flag has stayed down. This is Joel Porter, he's got round Kauksen, and that's the equaliser. Just a suspicion that he might have been offside. He got away from the Torquay defence, rounded Ole Kauksen. It was simple enough after that. Sweeney. And to curl it in towards Appleby. Torquay getting it away, but not very convincingly. Pressure is right on at the moment. This is Ross. Plenty of men forward. Through to pick out in the middle. Sweeney going in with a header. Well, that's 2 in 2 minutes. And Anthony Sweeney given really a pretty simple task in the end. Well, Torquay's defence all over the place once more. Deep cross in towards the far post, and Sweeney, thank you very much, I'll have that one.
Gents, what went wrong? You were coasting in the first half, and then the second half, well, I think the less said the better.
Yeah, it's very disappointing, especially like the way we played in the first half. I mean, on a personal note, I think that's the best like first half football we've played since I've been at the club. You know, so to go in 1-0 up was like a positive thing, and then to lose 2-1 at the end of the game was just. It hurt a lot, you know.
I bet it hurt as well with him missing that penalty miss. Some penalty miss. How he missed, they'll never know.
I mean, it's just one of them. It looked like God was shining down on us. I thought, do you know what I'm saying, that was going to be our day. But like I think, like on what Leon said, I think it was too easy for us in the first half, and we just thought we would climb up on it, sort of thing. I mean, and we switched off in the second half for 2 minutes, and they scored 2 goals. So, I mean, that's just our problem. We just got to stay focused for 90 minutes, and then we'll climb up this table.
I know Leroy Rosenya's stressed that you've got to be more ruthless in this league, and I guess that was a classic example. Kill teams off.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to really, I mean, it happens in all divisions, isn't it? I mean, you always got a team that's on top, but regardless, however on top you are in a game, the other team's always going to have an opportunity. If they take the opportunities and you haven't, then you're going to lose the game. So
I mean, I read something that if you only to play 45 minutes, it's best to play the second 45 minutes, and that's what Hartlepool done. We played the first 45 minutes, they played the second, and they won, sort of thing. I mean, just reference to the game at Swindon where we came out the second 45 minutes and came back. So, I mean, but the game's gone. I mean, and we'll just look to go get 3 points this Saturday.
Hey, well, fingers crossed. I've always wanted to do that. Touch something that's worth £75,000.
Yeah, I know. I've done it when he first came there.
75 plus 75.
Leon, has that put a bit of pressure on you, actually?
Nah, I mean, not at all, really. I mean, it's just a figure. I mean, I was happy to come here and, you know, end of the day, whatever whatever arrangement they came to was between the two clubs, so it had nothing to do with me. So I'm just here just to play my football now.
Now, Bayo, you're away against Bradford on Saturday. Difficult place to go to.
Yeah, I mean, but Torquay have been doing better away than we have at home, sort of thing. I think something we try and impress a bit too much when we're at home, so we put a bit more pressure on ourselves, but away we play our game, sort of thing. So Bradford, I mean, we'll take Bradford as any other game, and we hope to get 3 points.
Yeah, it's interesting that you do feel as if you can sort of relax more than away from playing more.
I mean, I enjoy playing at Playmore personally. I mean, I don't, but I feel like we do enjoy.
Playmore fans, I enjoy playing there as well.
Yeah, it's official. It's official.
I think what Bayo's trying to say is that we try and entertain more, whereas I suppose away from home, you just more try and grind that result, you know. But no, I think we owe Bradford anyway because they came here and got a 0-0, and we deserved to win that game, so they was lucky.
Do you think it's a learning process as well, playing in this league? You know, every game, do you think, oh, I've learned a little bit from that?
Yeah, I mean, I think this whole season, I mean, to be honest, teams that have played us will say that we shouldn't be in the position that we are. But in that, again, it is a learning curve. I mean, I think nearly everyone, this is the first time we're playing in this league, sort of thing. So every game is a learning. And I mean, we're too good to go down. I've said that at the beginning of the season, I'll say it now.
Oh, we'd all agree. We'd all agree with that. Well, look, that's it for tonight. Many thanks to Bayo and Leon for being such good company, and to landlord John Turner and everybody here at the Jolly Sailor. Now, next week, we'll be in Yeovil for the build-up to their FA Cup 4th round trip to Premiership Charlton Athletic.
Torquay United earned a 2-2 draw at Bradford in League One, watched by Dean Gripton.
Smibby delivers across, he's looking for Weatherall. Cook with a chance! Oh, and Andy Cook with the goal! His first goal in Bradford City colours. United conceded a cheap free kick on their left. It was delivered, easy header on by Bauer. Nicky Summerby's got plenty of space here. For once he's evaded the attentions of Kufur, cuts inside. And that's a nice little flick, and he's got plenty of time here to deliver across. He does deliver a good one. Looking for Cook at the back post. Geskalksen doesn't hold it, and Ole Geskalksen has gifted a goal for Dean Windass. It's 2 goals in as many minutes for Bradford City. It's all going wrong for United, and Andy Cook scored the first and was given again too much space in the Torquay penalty area. So certainly not league free at the back, Bradford City. So keeping a clean sheet so far this afternoon. Alex Russell's going to try and do something about that as he received this loose ball. Going to deliver across, is he? Brings it onto his left foot, looks inside. That's a nice little ball looking for Akinfenwa at the back post. Akinfenwa hits the bar, and he's into the back of the net. Tony Badeau with the goal, and Torquay have got one back before half-time. Russell with the corner then, he's got Taylor at the back post, and Woods is also in there loitering. It's going to be towards Taylor at the back post with a really good header. Cleared off the line by a Bradford player. The ball's not cleared. It's in Anibao, and Akinfenwa has gratuitously scored. The clearance hit him, and well, Bradford got 2 in 2 minutes, and now the girls have replied with 2 in 2 minutes.
Torquay United are also finding it tough in League One in their first season after promotion. They're 1 place and 2 points clear of the drop zone going into Saturday's home game against Doncaster. So is there any sign of panic at Plainmoor?
I'm not panicking. Well, I'm not panicking at the training ground. When I go home and look in the bathroom mirror, I have a good scream. But apart from that, no, I'm not panicking. People don't realize we're in a great situation. You know, we're in League One, and it's a great prize we're going for, to stay in it. And as I was disappointed in their performance a couple of weeks ago, I didn't think they relished it. they've reacted fantastically, and they seem to relish it now, especially in the performance at Bradford. Now we need to take that on. It was only one performance, and we need to go and build on that. But the most positive thing I took from that game was that the players actually relished it. We went 2-0 down, no heads went down, and they showed a maturity which has been lacking. And they don't mind me saying that because they know I'm honest with them. And they grew up quickly in that game, and I'm hoping they take it forward.
Now, you've had a couple of weeks off, but there's certainly been plenty of things happening off the pitch, and I guess the big talking point is Mr. Gotts-Golson, or should I say his disappearance.
Well, that's something I can't comment about. I'd love to comment about it, but it's not. I can't comment about it. But one thing's for sure, he's gone, and we're moving forward. You know, we've brought in Phil Barnes from Sheffield United, who I'm delighted to get. I think the supporters will know. I've had the numerous emails and faxes about the goalkeepers, and he's one who desperately wanted to come down there and play. He's got good experience, good size, and he's played in this league before. So I was really pleased to get in for a month. We've had numerous goalkeepers say they were going to come. They haven't come, but Paul Jarvie's come. He's from Dundee United, and he's driven down from Scotland on Tuesday. Played yesterday, and he's training with us today. So his attitude is fantastic, and from what I saw on Wednesday at Bristol City, he did well, and he's going to train with us today. And we'll have a chat with him after the game. But so you know, we're moving forward, and you know, so it's certainly not any sort of setback. It's something that happens. It's gone, and I'm over it.
Now, Doncaster, of course, on Saturday, and when you played them at Bellevue, plenty of goals and plenty of talking points.
Absolutely, and a good open game, and they're doing very well at the moment. And you know, Dave Penny's done a good job there, and always a good game against them. And I think it'll be a good open game again. You know, they play with wide men just like us, and but it's one thing, you know, talking about them and how well they're doing. I'm really concerned about how we attack it, and if we attack the game, they know we're going to give them a game, and they know that we're getting a good result.
We seem to mention this week in, week out, how Torquay's home form isn't as good as their away form. Have you been talking about that over the last couple of weeks?
No, we've been approaching one game at a time, and people like you ask me about it all the time, so I've been talking to you about it. But from the players' perspective, they've just got to go there and relax, and as I said, they find it easier away from home because they're more relaxed. They're desperate to do well at home, and I need to just take that tension away from them so they can go and perform. And hopefully I'll get it right this week, and they'll be nice and relaxed and go and play the way we know they can play.
And can we expect to see any outfield players coming into the club in the next few weeks?
I'm working on it all the time, and speaking to a couple of players at the moment who are just thinking about the offers that we've made to them. Yes, we do need strengthening, not just for the short term, but for the long term as well.
Torquay United.
They called Derek Dawkins the dude. They said he was the coolest man in Torquay in the mid-80s, and not everyone can claim that. For his flair, skill on the ball and ability to outwit the opposition, Rodney Jack merits his place in Torquay's all-time top three. And Dave Caldwell earned a reputation as a tough tackling goal scorer, with a nose for controversy too.
Torquay United.
Derek the Dude Dawkins and
Good evening and welcome to West Country Soccer Night. This week we're at the Boots and Laces Bar at Torquay United. This pub, like so many things around here, is the brainchild of the man who's presided over life at Playmore for the past 15 years. There have been plenty of ups and downs during that time, of course, but with Mike Bateson in charge, it's rarely been dull.
He picks the team, doesn't he, according to the press?
Well, it's cobblers. Any manager at our club, whether he be player manager, temporary manager, whatever, if he says I pick the team, then he's a liar. Okay, then catch you later. Bye. Wouldn't, for example, fork out £100,000 for a player now. Those days, as far as I'm concerned, are gone. And whether the supporters like me saying this or not, it matters not. The game in Torquay isn't worth it.
It's about time we got a manager with experience, with knowledge and with tactics.
new manager, there is money to spend. If there isn't a new manager, there's money to spend.
How to get this straight? I mean, the ban only comes into force before the game. They're allowed to shoot a target during the game.
Only within designated periods of time, though. That's immediately before half-time. They're allowed to shoot at goal, and just before the end of the game. But for the other 80 minutes, basically, they're not allowed to shoot at the goal at all.
Well, Mike, never a dull moment with you around, is there?
My wife doesn't say that.
But you enjoy making the headlines. You enjoy creating talking points, don't you? Really?
I won't say I enjoy doing it. It has to be done, doesn't it? I mean, somebody's got to draw people's attention to the high points and the low points, and I try to do just that.
Now, interesting, in that film, we saw you talking a few years ago about never wanting to spend more than £100,000 on a player.
Yeah, I meant in total, actually, but I've gone way over that. No, that still applies. In fact, since those days, of course, player values, I think, have dropped considerably, so it probably should be 50,000 now.
Is that all because of what you consider to be the amount of support that you can maximise for a football club in Torquay?
Yeah, we have to be satisfied with what we've got, because that's our lot. We learn to work with it. We now know for a fact that barring a Man U draw, we're not going to increase the crowd, so we happily go along and work within it.
So therefore you must have thought long and hard about spending £75,000 on Leon Constantine.
Indeed. I mean, that represents the net takings from 3 matches, so it's very, very significant.
Yeah, that was a deal that seemed to be on and off, on and off. What finally made up your mind that you had to spend that money out?
I put my supporter's hat on, and my, if you like, my heart won the day. My head still says it was a silly thing to do, and Leroy was fairly shocked because he's meaner than I am.
I suppose technically, Mike, you've still got the club up for sale. So what is your relationship with the club like at the moment, and particularly the fans? So you still, your heart's in the place?
Yeah, I mean, as long as I'm here, I'll continue to do the job to the best of my ability. I still put the same effort into it, and will continue. But if there's anybody out there that is looking for a football club, then I'm your man.
Yeah, now you're always an outspoken man, of course. Any particular hot potatoes with you at the moment? I gather you're not too happy about possible transfer windows and things like that.
Transfer window, I mean, it's a knock-on from the Bosman, isn't it? I mean, they're trying to ruin it for the small clubs. Clubs of our size, we can't afford to carry a squad of 26, 28, 30 players.
This is the ruling that might extend the fact that you might only be able to sign players or sell players during January and the summer.
That's right.
That will have a big effect on Torquay?
I think it won't be helpful. If you get a bad run of injuries, and we do get them, suddenly you're fielding God knows who. I can see me getting the kit on.
But on the pitch, you're fairly happy with the way things are going and pulling away from the relegation danger?
Yeah. Results on Tuesday night weren't that good for us, but we'll still keep